Hey, Laughing Lori. Hey, who do we have? Margot. GB, you're number 3 today. Well, you moved it up. Not first again. Lisa. Hi, Tabby. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Debbie. Hi, J-House. Hi, Linda. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Angie. I better put my glasses on. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Irish Eyes. Hi, Tracy B. Hi, Mary Kim. Hi, C. Me. Hi, Jen. Joe, I haven't seen you in a few days. Hi, Trish. Hi, Tricia. Bernard, how you doing? Hi, Authentic Audra. Hi, MD. Hi, Mystery Truth Seeker. Hi, Anne, sorry. Hi, Deborah, Stacy, Dana, Lady L. Hi, Joe, Sandy, Scarlet Rain, Mildly Sunny, Kathy, Baby Doe, Randy, Seaglass and Shells. Hi, Linda, Little Dove, Kathy V, Sandra, Trish, Margot, Pauline, Teresa. Hi. Audio's a little low. Okay. Is it better now? How's it now? Is it okay now? Better? I feel like the eye doctor. Is that better or worse? Sound is very low. It's still very low? Hang on. Hang on. Wait a minute. Just hang on here. Is it better now? It's better now? Okay. Low? It's better. It's good. I hope it's good. Is it good? Sounds good. Hold on, let me just make sure that that's all the way in. Is it better now? Is that too high? It looks too high on my end. It's going in the yellow. Much better? You like it like that? Okay. All right. I'll leave it like that then. Okay, so now I lost track of where I am, so we're going to probably have to do the ICU too. Hi, Shine On. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Hi, Joan. Haven't seen you in a bit either. Hi, Sybil, Vala, Mary Mick. I don't know where I was. So, Rosalind, if I missed you, it's not my fault. I was fixing volume. Hi, Nora. Christo, hello. Kathy, Sybil, I got. Audra, Evie, Patty and Jack, Delia, Maribel, Authentic Audra, Saga, Tree, Sandy, Trish, Jane, Amanda. Okay, and Julie T, hi. Did I just see Cowgirl up? Narc Shark, Hennessy, Nazi. Okay, so I can't be on long tonight, so I'm going to sign off by like 1:30 because I have a field trip in the morning, bright and early, and I have to be on the bus and be ready for the kids. So let's go over what happened in the Jones penalty. And I will tell you that I got a little bit of Tim. I missed the very beginning. I got everybody else. Missed the very beginning of Tim, and then he was gone. There was something that he has to come back. What went on there? Hi, they call me Ray. Hi, Charlene. Okay, I've got a lot of notes. Oh my goodness. Take all these notes and then I can't even read my own notes. I know where I am. Who's shy? Oh, you're pregnant, China? I didn't know that. Congratulations. Hi, random guy Jeff. Good to see you back. We were 4 months last Friday? Oh, great. It should be subsiding then. Hopefully, right? Okay, so did you guys see what happened to, what was the problem? The broadcast was all broken up today? I know. I had to go back. I'm trying to find where I started on which page because I keep it all in a notebook. I should do a different pen each day, a color pen. I'll get there. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we had Donna Schwartz Maddox was the first psychiatrist to take the stand. And these are all defense witnesses. So she said, he had symptoms of psychosis and he meets the diagnostic criteria for the diagnosis of schizophrenia. Okay, but which she says a lot of things that the prosecution goes. So she says that he deteriorated or something in the last few months, but that's not true because she said, he wanted to go to medical school. Well, he still wanted to go to medical school and he had his passport. I should watch it on Law and Order. Yeah, Law and Order is Law and Crime, isn't it? Law and Crime or something? Law and something, because Law and Order is the TV show, isn't it? Oh, happy birthday to, who's happy birthday? I missed who it is. Happy birthday, Crystal Thomas. Happy birthday. Hi, Sharon. So she says he wanted to go to medical school. He did. He still did. Okay. Law and Crime, right? Yeah. Okay. That's what I got. And she said there was a decline in his decision making and he was having a deterioration of his functioning and that there were negative symptoms of schizophrenia and that he has a flat affect and he did not have any emotional expression. She saw him from 2004 right up until May, these last weeks of the trial, okay? She did not see him often. No, not at all. Sometimes once a year, twice a year, like now, she just saw him, I think, 3 times in May, 2 or 3 times in May. But she says she was not the forensic evaluator. She is not called in that capacity, okay? And that he developed more negative symptoms since 2004. When she saw him in 2004, 7 days after he was arrested, she said he was psychotic. And then he would get better. And then in 2016, he wanted to kill himself, okay? He developed more negative symptoms. And so they were asking, does this go with this? Does this go with that? She said there's always people that are not a textbook case. And then she went into a woman that had developed schizophrenia in her 40s, okay? So she's trying to really nail this diagnosis on him. And then she also says, in the family history, they've just changed those statistics. Yes. Used to be 1 in 10 chance if you had a parent with schizophrenia. Now she says it's a 1 in 3 chance. So, he has a very, very high chance. And he has a strong genetic component. The drugs, yes, they can bring it on. But he had such high genetic disposition to it, And she saw a lot of her observations lead her to believe that. And the voices that were telling him to hang himself, So she goes on and on about following up, etc., talking about, medications, increasing lower doses of Geodon and from, she said 40 to 60 and then 60 to 80 because he was hearing these voices. He was on the suicide watch. He was more withdrawn and quiet when they increased to 80. So they increased it to 80 milligrams and concerned why was it decreased in the first place, and to have him on 320 calories when he takes the Geodon is very, very important. And she said they weren't doing that. They're supposed to give it to him with a teaspoon of peanut butter, okay, and give him the Geodon. And then they weren't doing it, so he was missing his medication. So this is where supposedly all this happened. And he had a slow decline because he wasn't regularly taking his meds. And then there was I believe it's a Prolivin shortage. So they Can't afford to get that in the correctional facility anymore because the pharmaceutical went sky high. So they had to put him on another antipsychotic. And it's still good, but they had to change his medication. The jail was not complying with certain things about his doses. And then she said, let's see here. He had a dual diagnosis. She said he was abusing drugs and he had a mental illness. He meets the criteria for schizophrenia. And what she sees lasting now, she doesn't think he was faking. Last week, he was very paranoid. And this last week, So they said, what do you mean by that? And she said, well, when she went to see him, he said, who told you I was singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star all evening or all night? And she said, nobody told me you were singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So she said, that's very paranoid behavior. Why he thinks that he thinks that somebody told me this. And let's see. Then they asked her, do doctors in the Department of Corrections just medicate prisoners to pacify the population? She says, oh, no, absolutely not. And then, let's see, then they have the cross-examination, right? So Hubbard starts saying, your first meeting was on September 13th, and you reached a diagnosis of schizophrenia and an unspecified neurocognitive disorder. And you say that, he was having delusions. What kind of delusions? Oh, that his son was going to harm him. Yeah, he was wiring, all the electricity, and he was trying to harm him. Hi, Casbot. Hi, Sharon. Did I get Sharon? Sharon, Charlie. Okay, I thought I missed somebody. So she said that's reliable for him, that's relatable for him because he's saying that the son is going to harm him because, he wants to retaliate. I can't read my own writing here. Retaliate for the divorce, and he wanted to go live with his mom so that he was going to wire the whole electrical in order to kill Tim. And those were his delusions. The prosecutor says, wait a minute. Did you not hear the phone call? Okay, that was November of 2014. So you're saying that these delusions just, kept going on, and you heard that phone call? And he said, I blame it all on Amber? That she's the one that's responsible for this because she should have been at home and not bopping the guy next door? That's exactly what he said, okay? So then the lady's like, yeah, but, she was just like stammering there, and that got her. Then he says, you relied on Dr. Brawley's results when you knew he was on 320 milligrams of Geodon? And, why didn't you use Dr. Cruz's info? And you made no changes when you went and updated something. She went and updated something, let me see here. 319, she had an update. Then 529, she updated and made no changes, went by Dr. Brawley over Cruz. So she said, well, I could have based it on an MRI. It doesn't matter, she said. Cognitive deficit? It doesn't matter if he's on 320 milligrams of Geodon or 80 milligrams. It doesn't matter to get that diagnosis of schizo. It's even when it's that high. She was just being, not very credible, I'm saying. She says that she saw him before the phone call and he was still focusing on the electrical sockets. Hallucinations. She says the delusions went away. He had some hallucinations. Although he complained about hearing voices, he was not actively hallucinating anymore, so she thought he was doing better. Dr. Wood said he never displayed disorganized thinking. She agrees. Based on your opinion, your observations, is his self-reporting, is he a good historian to you? No, she said, with all of his lies, do you think that? No, he wouldn't be, she said. And then May 8th, They said, you were called. That's when we were going through jury selection. And what happened? Oh, he was very, very nervous. Oh, yes, because we were going through jury selection. So what did you do? We upped his Geodon. And then May 22nd was a really rough day. Why was it a really rough day? Well, Amber testified, and Mike Phepps and Mackey testified, and one other one. And it was a really, really bad day. And so they thought he was suicidal, or he said he was suicidal, so they told him he had to put on a turtle suit. Here we go again with this turtle suit, okay? Tim would not put the turtle suit on because Tim said men don't wear dresses. Now the turtle suit is a dress, okay? And he stayed naked rather than put the turtle suit on. And so then the prosecutor says, well, then he asserted the control then, didn't he? No, I think it was paranoid, what'd you say, preoccupation with his religion, because he was going all into this religious stuff about why he couldn't put that on, and he had such a preoccupation with it. I think it was paranoia, it was paranoid thoughts, and it really concerned me. So it's considered a symptom, I considered it a symptom of his mental illness. So he never would put that thing on. So that was another thing, turtle suit. Then they said 7 days after the spice, you said he was psychotic. And November 2014, are you saying he was still having delusions when he was on the Geodon? And she says, yes. He says, but that call was November of 2014. So they said he lied, okay? You see his lies. So do you think he can be an accurate historian? No. Okay. And then he says, oh, and he's paranoid. Twinkle, twinkle, little star is what? Is it delusion? And it's paranoid, And then she said, and he asked for more drugs. And she's like, but Geodon doesn't have a street value. You can't get high on it. He's not asking for that. So it was just back and forth with that, a lot of that nonsense. I don't think she had too much credibility for me. You're too hot. Zelda, I have not seen you in a while. Good to see you, lady. How are you doing? Long time no see. Hi, Cinnamon. Hi, Hennessy. Yeah, Yamil is getting some rest tonight. Poor lady. She needs a rest. I spoke to her earlier. She's getting her. Hi, Cinnamon. I'm trying to see Bella. Hi. Boyd looked really hung dog today. The dark circles under his eyes. Yeah. Better not need talk. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Priscilla. So, the prison phone call was very telling. Yes, it was. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I wonder where you are. Up above the world so high. Emil needs more beauty sleep. Impossible. I know. She needs some refreshing sleep. She was in here. She told you guys about the anaphylactic shock issues, so she needs rest. Let's see what we have. Oh, and then we had those two officers, okay? And that is just, I'm sorry. If that's the best they have, that is just such a complete waste of time. So they had... Let me get the guys they had. Robert Brandon from Kirkland Corrections. Okay, he's worked there for 14 years. His nickname, 69. But that's because of his height, 6'9". No, he's 6'9", I'm sorry. 6'9" is his nickname. But that's because of his height. And they asked him, what was he doing? And well, he's in charge of assessments for at-risk inmates. And in 2014, they have the maximum security unit. And that is where they house inmates who have done things to other inmates, you know, the worst of the worst. Now, was Tim there because he's the worst of the worst? Basically, you know, not in those words. No, Tim is there for his own protection. Okay. Tim was a safety risk? Yeah, that's why he's there. You know, what does he do? He spends, 24 hours in his cell? Yes, he does. He doesn't even take his 1 hour out. He spends 24 hours in his cell, and he only comes out if he has a medical appointment, if he has a lawyer's appointment, one other thing. So he's in there. He only interacts when he asks for food or medication. And is he compliant? Yes. Any concerns about him? If he becomes permanent in MSU, any concerns about? No. You would consider him then a model inmate, right? Yeah, he is. Model inmate, okay? And then the cross-examination was very short. Did you volunteer to come in or were you subpoenaed? He was subpoenaed. How long did you have an interaction with Tim Jones Jr.? 3 years, okay? You saw him on a daily basis, yes. But he never went out, right? So if they don't go out, they're only taken out. And when they're taken out with guards and staff, correct? Correct. Okay. Were you there the day that he attempted suicide? And he said yes. And he said, well, isn't that because he didn't like being told what to do? He had to back up all the way and he didn't like that. And then because they were throwing urine and feces, and then I think he just said, wasn't very far, yes or something. The redirect had to come over there and say, well, throwing feces and urine is sadly normal in there, isn't it? Yes. Did you ever have a problem with Tim doing that? No. Okay, no more questions, right? Then they call this Ronald guy who's a correction officer, same type of thing, right? Good behavior, he's always compliant. Any concerns with him being in the maximum security unit? And this one says, well, with certain things like with children, he could be, and then he said, oh, you mean that he would be prey, but he wouldn't be a predator, right? Right. Okay, so let's see here. Now we go to Roberta, the grandmother. Okay, now let's see. Here's Roberta. They immediately say to Roberta, tell us about your kids. You've lost 2 kids. Yes, Elaine, 29, due to cancer. Larry at 23, due to an accident. Oh, okay. And then somebody else? Yeah, Elaine's daughter died. Oh, okay. And then your 5 grandchildren deceased? Yes. Okay. So then, of course, now they're going to tug heartstrings, right? So they show Elaine with little Tim on her feet, like pushing him up in the air while she's laying on the floor. And Larry in the picture. Larry and Elaine are gone. And what they're trying to say is, are you going to do this to this woman? Because then little Tim is gone too. Okay? So you were his grandma, but what did he call you? Mom. Why do they have to know if he threw? Because they're just trying to make him out that he's a model. If he is there, he's going to be a model inmate. Okay, so then they start saying, well, what was Tim like as a child? What was he like? Oh, he was like Superman. He would climb the walls. He did splits on chairs. He liked to swim. He liked to go to the park. You know what? You know who else probably liked to do that stuff? I think those 5 children that he murdered probably did too. Right? He'd like to go camping? Yes. Tell us about you going camping. Oh, okay. We went to this place in Wisconsin, and there were tents, and there were boats. And, oh, there's a picture of you? Yeah, they're showing pictures, So tell me about when he first went away to prison that first time. Tell me about what you did. Oh, I wrote to him every single day. Every single day I wrote to him. And tell us what you did when you ran out of things to write about. What did you do then? Well, then I got cards, okay? And I would put a smiley face when I had nothing to write. I would just get a card. Okay. So that's what you did. And then what did you do? You spoke to him? And at first this was confusing. She said twice a week. And then she said, maybe it was twice a week, but she only spoke about Sundays, rushing home to make sure she was there for, you're going to listen? Okay, Jeanette. So to get his call, okay? And then they show a video of Tim Sr. and it's so weird. I'm having deja vu on this video. Maybe they showed it before, but I just feel like I've seen it somewhere else. Here comes that deja vu feeling that I've seen it somewhere else. Like almost like on a YouTube channel or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, Tim Sr. is walking with Eli. And there is, I think the granddaughter that passed away, I'm not 100% sure, I think so, is the one that's calling Eli with some pudding, okay? So they walk across the field, and he comes in and he has the pudding, and then they're showing this moment, I guess, for emotional factor. And then let's see what we have here. So then they ask her, right, do you want to see Tim put to death? No, that would break us up so bad. We can't take any more. Now, okay. I love him with all my heart. So, yeah. So now essentially they put her on there. It's not that granddaughter? Okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Do you know how the granddaughter died? He did testify for a little bit, Charlene. And I have a little bit of what he testified, but he didn't finish. They stopped. So, they're putting her through all that. And I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for anybody that they're putting through something like that. Even if she wasn't, whatever they still are her children that have passed and everything. And so, I mean, they're just putting her through this for their own, benefit of everything. Let's, okay. But, so she says, I can't take any more. I love him with all of my heart. And in other words, that, yes, if he's there, she's still going to write to him. She's still going to call him. He's still going to bring her some type of joy. And then the cross-examination really wasn't that much on that. They just, had her say, well, you never really saw the kid. He never let you see the kids in years, right? And then even when you went to Atlanta, you guys never ended up going to They stopped because the female prosecutor started to cry? Wait, for which one? For Tim? They stopped? Why did Tim Sr. air late? Yeah, I have some. I didn't finish, and then I saw he was gone. All right, let's finish this one, and we'll get to Tim Sr. So they're saying, like, it doesn't sound like you had the closest of relationships because you didn't see them, you didn't take you around them, you didn't even, get to go to the aquarium. It was like a one-day thing after not seeing the kids all that time. And then did you offer to take the 2 little kids? She said, yes, I offered to take them. Well, what did he say to you? He said, no, Mama, I can't live without my children, or something like that. And they asked her, isn't it true that did you know that Natan wanted to go live with his mother? No. Did you know that Mira wanted to go live with her mother? Yes, I knew that early on Mira wanted to go live with her mother, but then after a while she said, no, I want to stay here with my daddy and take care of everything. She was such a little lady, wanted to take care of everything. And then they start talking about the drugs. There were drugs when, in the home. First they asked if she was using drugs, and then that was, I believe it was objected to. And then they asked, were there drugs around the home when you were raising your kids, when little Tim was there? Yes. And she said some things, and again, it's only what she's saying. Do we have any proof of it? No. That Mira, let me say, that she would talk to the kids and take care of the kids and bring them to these meetings, and Amber didn't show up for the meeting. She also said that, then they said, okay, but wait, didn't Eli want to go with his dad, and Tim killed him, right? And wasn't Mira begging for her life? Wasn't she begging for her life? And then the grandmother started to cry again. But Tim killed her, right? So she said Timmy called her mom. Hennessy, I looked where did I look? And I didn't see him have a tear in his eye at all when they were showing like the pictures and the video. I especially looked if he was crying during that video, and he was not crying during the video. The grandma couldn't even name all the kids. So, what tattoos are you guys talking about? Oh, it's been pouring here, Lisa, all day. Are you the one in the Adirondacks? Are you the Lisa in the... So many Lisas. I think so, right? They're also making a big deal about great-grandma and Papa. Oh, yes, Charlene. Yep. I have that down here. I do have that down here. Oh, let's see. I have that down here somewhere. I have more stuff on that of the psychiatrist. I mean, there's a lot of it. It's just, okay, on the cross of the psychiatrist, right? Wait, what is that? They went through, how could you say he had a degeneration? How could you say things were deteriorating? He got a promotion at Intel, and he was sending his kids to school, and he had a challenging job. And, where are the deficits? This is months before it happened, okay? And let's see. So she said, diagnosing him, he's atypical. It's her opinion. He was in his 30s when he had his first psychosis. And the prosecution said, but that's usually preceded by other things, right? It's a slow deterioration. Yes. So you have a visible history, right? And, do you see this in his life? No, just from my observations, and speaking with him and stuff, I would say it was declining. Well, how? Oh, well, he had some DSS issues, and he had some legal issues with the kids. And they said, but he had a 9-year marriage, right? That was stable, and he didn't have drug use, and it didn't affect his daily life. And then he goes into what Dr. Feierstein thought, and then Dr. Wood and Dr. Dorney, and that none came up with the diagnosis of schizophrenia, and we can agree that experts can disagree. But she said, yes, when she was talking about Dr. Wood with the schizoaffective disorder, that sometimes that can change from schizoaffective to schizophrenia, back to schizoaffective, back and forth, because that just means the clinical symptoms changed. And they said, well, Dr. Feuerstein said it was a synthetic cannabis psychosis. And then he was saying a lot of the things are not a psychosis, but they're just paranoid. He's paranoid. He's got the paranoid thoughts. They're not delusions or hallucinations. There's these paranoid thoughts, this negative self-talk. And then they talked about manic episodes and bipolar disorder not being diagnosed, and the borderline personality disorder, and how it, what are the symptoms of that? Frantic efforts to maintain relationships, to not, to escape abandonment. You feel unlovable. Personality traits most common from victims of abuse. Okay, but then he said, wait, abuse? He had no, the DSS wasn't in his home, right? Right. There was law enforcement there, but they said that he was never in danger, right? Right. And he was never underfed, was he? No. Did he ever go to school with just bread and grapes that you know of? No. Physical abuse? He adamantly, denied any physical abuse, correct? And then she said, yes, yes, he did. He never really, she almost tried to deny it, but then she said, yes, it was correct. He never had bruises, never went to school with bruises on him? No. And his dad showed up for his big events? I think so. Okay. And you never ordered to see the testing from the neuropsychologist? Oh, I didn't need it, she said. She was not doing the forensic evaluation, so she didn't need it. She has a lot of experience in diagnosing, and she didn't need to see that. She's very well versed on all of that. So she saw him on 9/14. He was psychotic. The issue was, what was the cause? Dr. Cruz said no psychosis, but malingering. But 5 years later, if he had it then, he has it now, right? And she said, well, he has no more delusions. And okay, this one I went into. I got that stuff with you. That's where we are. And then, yes, they did ask the grandmother, did the prosecutor ever contact you as a victim? No. And then Tim, I do have a little bit of Tim that I saw, but then Tim got off the stand. Where's Tim? I have Tim somewhere here. Tim Sr. Oh, here we go. Okay. It looks like I only got Tim as they started the cross. So I missed his part of it. So I have to go back and watch it, but then they stopped. But, and I couldn't hear the prosecutor at this time. He had no mic on. I couldn't hear his questions, just hear Tim's answers. So he said that Tim Sr. said that he, little Timmy, thought I chose everyone over him and his children. And he just snapped. I don't know what caused it, but he snapped. I blame myself for it more than him. If I had been there, this would not have happened. And he did not want... Well, I think that the prosecutor said, but he did not want you there, right? And he said, no, that is not true. And then then the defense said, did they reach out to you about your home? Yes. Oh, and they asked the grandmother, that's right. Did you, anything that you were asked to do when the children were missing? You did. You went to Kentucky. You say, I've got so many notes here. You went to Kentucky to be closer. So when they were missing, you would do anything. You were running around. You were trying to do stuff with your son. And would you have cooperated with anything they asked you to? Did you cooperate with anything that they asked you to do? Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Jessica. And then they asked Tim, do you love your son more than anything? And then, see, I have very little on, because I have to finish watching Tim, but I'm going to finish that. But then he didn't finish, right? He didn't finish anyway. They had to stop because why did the prosecutor start crying? I missed the best part of Tim Sr. Bridget, I probably did. I mean, you don't even know how this Mondays are fun. You are in the Adirondacks. Okay, and it's raining like crazy up there, right? Jimmy says it'll be stopping by the time we go on our trip tomorrow. If it's not, it'll be really fun. Tim Sr. took off his shirt. Oh, wow. I better take a look at that later. Why would he do that? I don't know, Priscilla. That's the one thing I missed. Perfect notes. Yeah. They're a mess. Because it's going so fast and I'm just writing everything down. And I'm like, oh, I'll remember where that is. I'll remember to go back to that page. Oh, he showed a memorial tattoo. Is that the tattoos that you're talking about? Okay. You're in Newburgh waiting out the rain? Where are you going, feeding it? Where are you going? Is it really raining that bad that you can't drive? Is it that kind of crazy rain? I hate that rain that comes down so bad you can't see, even with your wipers on, like the highest thing. They cover his entire back. They are poor quality. All the kids and his brother and sister and a huge tattoo on his back. Wow. The notes really help. You miss some, yeah. Sometimes I think they're like all over the place. They had tech issues. Okay, so he is coming back tomorrow, right? Little Dove Whirly tattooed Timmy. They had a photo of his tattoos. Why have him take his shirt off? I guess to make more of a statement. Oh, they're a work in progress? Ever see the guy trying to start a chainsaw by holding it between his legs? No, they finished and made another video clip. What? You just got here, Jeannie? I wanted to tell you. I already got some of the... Oh, great. Good for you, Jeannie. I'm glad that worked for you. There's much more I can go over. You can go on that site, and I know I just give you the U-Haul, and it should be on that Rat Race Rebellion site. U-Haul is another company that hires at-home workers. There's a lot. There's a lot more because I just thought like there's a lot more to that. That can definitely be like a part 2 and 3 with different. I just thought of one before and I said, oh my gosh, I didn't even go into that. Now I can't remember what it was, but it'll come to me. It always does. The judge let the jury go to work on 2 more witnesses. Yeah, I thought the judge said they were going because they had issues or something to discuss and he wasn't going to have them wait around an hour. Was that today? Yes, wasn't it? Oh no, really, Jessica? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Tim Sr. said he had to take down the pool because of the memories. Please do more talks on jobs at home. Thank you. Did you find it helpful? I had another. It'll come to me. I said, oh my gosh, I didn't even do that. I'm sure. I'm sorry to hear that, Jessica. Out of the blue like that? The big shocker was Daddy Jones did not cuss the whole time. Oh, that is a shocker, Ivy Lynn, because he was cussing in that video, wasn't he? Let me see what I'm getting. I'm getting a message. Oh, look up. Okay. Sorry. I was looking down at my notes. He was much more subdued today. Your main cat now is named Foxy. Tim Sr. Uh-oh. Don't worry about that. I'll fix that. I will fix that. Hang on. The connection just went down there. I don't know if it was. That should just be. Hang on. I'm coming back. Okay. That's very weird that it did that because it's saying end other meeting like weird. Okay, sorry about that. I think the jury is going to rebel soon. These 106 days. What happened? Are we done? No, Cowgirl, we're not done. No. The Zoom had lost connection with something, so I had to reconnect it. And then when I reconnected it, it said end other meeting, like it didn't lose connection. I don't know. Weird. Blue screen deja vu, yeah. Hi to Brian Clan. Hi, Teacup. Hi, Diane. Nobody's questioning Tim Sr.'s love for his grandbabies. Nice that he has tats of his grandkids. This is about Tim Jr. Hi, Well Life. If he gets the death penalty, will Amber have to keep testifying at appeals? I'm not sure. Do you think... Do I think... Whose tattoos? Were a ploy... Oh, seniors' tattoos were a ploy to have in anticipation of eventual trial. Do you think? Oh, you mean do I think he got the tattoos for the trial? I don't don't know. I mean, is he a tattoo guy? Normally, a lot of people do that. If they're into tattoos and stuff, some people do that even if they're not into tattoos and they've never had one. One of their first ones is a memorial tattoo, but I don't know. You went to Google and you found a cover letter builder on good. Google is your friend, Teresa. You can find a lot of things on Google. It's amazing. So it's a great thing. And when you use Google and you put, I think I've showed you this before in another one, but when you put in your search, whatever it is, always go down and look at the related search terms and check on those, because it may have something just better in a better format, or that will give you a better result for what you're looking for. So always look at the related terms. What I don't get is, shouldn't Amber's victim statement be ahead of time? I don't get it. Basically, no, I think it's the last thing they do. Mods watching chat? I think so. Did you see something go off that shouldn't? It was a bad marriage, and when she chose to leave, she thought it would be better for the kids because he had a great job and the house. That's all. She did not lose custody. Tim's family will all be very old or dead themselves by the time he gets executed. And Jessica says, Charlene, if being last is good, if you want the death penalty, it's fresh in the juror's mind. Have they said when it will end? Not that I heard, Laura. Tomorrow's going to be a good day, and I'm going to be on the field trip with absolutely no, where we're going, there is zero, zip, nada cell service, which is probably a good thing, because I probably would get in trouble because I would have the trial on in my purse or something. Well, I'll probably bring a backpack, but you know. But I'll be wondering what's happening. And I guarantee you, I could ask every other one of the mother chaperones and the teachers there, has anybody heard of Chris Watts? Chris Watts? Chris who? Who's Chris Watts? No. I know, you can't imagine that. Who has that? What is that playing? Maybe they'll show leg tattoos tomorrow. I don't know. Just watch the highlights. It's always the click anyway. I don't know, Trish. Everybody I ask doesn't know, and I guarantee you they don't. How to go cold turkey on getting online withdrawals. Yeah, well, it's just, yeah, I'll be like, oh, I wonder what's happening. It's so crazy that there's no cell service in this one town, because I don't even know about the people that live there. It's just, it's absolutely crazy. He probably pissed off because he's old news now. Yeah, but they didn't even know it when he's big news. I've asked so many people. Right, Sakura? They don't know. It's amazing. We think that everybody knows because everybody in here is into that. I'm telling you, do a little thing. I think Cinnamon Bot tried, right? Didn't you, Cinnamon? You were doing that little thing, asking people online. Just ask people online. Seriously. Like, okay, even if you want to say about the Jones case, or I don't think the Jones case is not even in the radar on our news stations. I don't even see it on headline news. I can't believe that it gets like zero coverage. Yeah, we are murder trial weirdos. But even the Watts case that was all over the place, now that maybe ID Discovery had something and 2020 had something, but I'm telling you, I guarantee you, just go out and do it if you don't believe me. When you're standing online, just say something and they'll be like, what? Who's the what? What? No. Nobody I know has ever heard of either the Watts or Jones cases. Most people could care less. Yet that's what a lot of people are not into true crime. And when you're in this area and everybody's so into it, you fall into this sense that everyone is. It's not true. No one knows about it, right? Yeah. It's crazy. Watts was breaking news when we were away on vacation too. Well, before we went, and then like as we were, it was still in the news. We are freaks. We wouldn't have known about him either. No one I've met has heard but two of my friends. Well, I told you, like my best friend, oldest friend, my best friend, from the time we were 4 years old together. She called me, I don't know, several weeks ago. And I was like, you hear this Chris Watts case? No. She could care less. It wasn't even. And then I told you they own a pet doggy spa in Arizona. And she said, oh, what is it, true crime? Oh, you know what? Yeah, there's something funny. And she told me about that case. She was like, there's this case, okay, over here where this guy comes in, he brings his dog all the time, but they think that he murdered his wife. Yeah. Well, we had the FBI coming in here and they were asking all kinds of questions to her husband. And she goes, and then he just came in and I'm like, wait, tell me about the case. And she's like, oh, I don't know anything about the case. I was just telling you because I was telling you how you think of something and it happens. They hadn't been in a while and then her husband thought about it and the FBI guy walked in the door to ask some more questions. And she knew nothing on the case. She didn't care about it. This is something right in their town whose dog they boarded for this guy that they think killed his wife, and she knew nothing. And I couldn't even get her to talk about it. She kept changing the subject. So that was crazy. Oh, have a fun day at work. Is it already time for work? Wow. You've been going through so many chats today? You would think Scooby snacks were a cookie. Well, they actually have Scooby fruit snacks for kids, okay? And I think they were called Scooby fruit snacks. I mean, it just kind of taints that. Your friends don't even know. Yeah, I know. I know Patty and Jack. They don't know any of them. You're an early bird. I guess so, Bella. Yet everyone knows the Kardashians. Yeah, right? And that's one thing, like I don't keep up with the Kardashians at all. I could care less. They might have dog treats too, but they also have fruit snacks. Good night, little dove. Hello, read mine? Hello, read mine? What do you mean, hello? You said night, little dove. I did read yours, right, didn't I? You would think Scooby snacks. I did. Were a cookie if not for this case. Hey, no time. Hi, it's Pink. I thought the great-grandmother was evasive in her answers when asked if she saw abuse, and she deflected to his drinking and smoking. She really didn't answer the question. My sister is the same. When I would bring up the Watts case, she would change the subject. I don't do it anymore. Hello, it's... Hey there, no time. Little dove, sleep well. Sweet dreams, little dove. She accused I'm lost. Who are you talking about, Priscilla? Oh, your 12-year-old daughter came home a little late. You were freaking out. And she says it's all that mommy woman's fault. And all the mothers you speak to over there, you're all overreacting. My daughter tells me that too, because do you guys heard about the helicopter crash in Manhattan? Right? And I had 2 people in Manhattan today, somebody flying into Manhattan from London that I was checking in with, and my daughter who's in Manhattan. So I see the thing on the news, and I will be the first one to tell you I am not good with Manhattan. So both people told me, my daughter and the Rambler, it's okay. I'm not anywhere near that location. Okay, good. But yeah, my daughter always tells me like exactly where she works, and I'm like, but no, they said it was a financial building or something. And she's like, Mom, it's nowhere near where I am. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. But then she said to me, she did say to me something like, it's weird though. Why was there a helicopter flying there? And I'm like, I don't know. They don't have any information on it yet. But yeah, that was scary. And then there was a crane, right, that fell, on a building in, was it Dallas or somewhere in Texas, right? One at Houston? I'm not sure what town it was. You would love to go to Manhattan? Okay. Okay, let me get back. You love Manhattan Design District. You're a designer. It's amazing what you can find all in one place, yeah. You'd love to live on the Lower East Side. What happened? What was fate? JFK Jr. lived in Tribeca. When I heard, yeah, well, for a minute, it was good that at the time they didn't think there were any casualties or that there was one and it was the pilot, and they didn't, and I was watching it. And I tried to look at the location because I know where my daughter is, but I didn't know where our Rambler was, who just flew in from London there. And I was like, oh no, that is crazy. Where? And so I'm trying to track down 2 people, and I got them, and they were okay, thank goodness. But yeah, it's always scary. It was much more scary when, I don't know if you remember that guy that was a terrorist attack, and he drove that truck on the bike lane and killed all those bikers. Could have very easily then, that was right, I think my daughter said she could have been there or something. That was much more scary because it was a lot of people, it was bikers, and my daughter's a cyclist, and a lot of times she commutes, with her bike. So yeah. Scary stuff, right? Night, honey, hush. Let me just check one thing, and see if I. Just waiting for a response to something. We'll see. Peggy Sue got married. Have a good night. Peggy Sue got married. Did you hear about the helicopter? Yeah, Sheila, I just said that. Yeah, I did. And had not only my daughter that I was thinking of, but we have a Rambler that was traveling in. And so I was tracking down both of them. He is that old. Wow. Who is that old? What happened to Prince Philip? He's gone? He died? You lived in New York City for a summer for an internship, doing booking and production for an entertainment company in Soho, Chinatown. You loved it, but don't think I could live there full time. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's harder if you have little kids or something and you have to use public transportation. And my daughter thinks there's no problem yet because she's just not married with little kids yet. So, yeah. No, he turned 98 today. Oh, happy birthday. So it's a great place to find up-and-coming businesses. Your husband's parents are from Australia. They came to the U.S. to travel in a motorhome, and they tried to drive. New York City, we couldn't believe they tried to do that. No, they're having wildlife. They're doing all this, congestion pricing, and so that people don't take vehicles in there and that they do use public transportation. So they're charging, up the whatever so that people don't take their cars in. And yeah. It's early. What's going on? It's early. Yeah, it's early because I have I'm going to kick off early tonight because I have to be up and ready and out the door super duper early with Luke to go on this field trip. I have my camera ready. I have my GoPro ready. I have to make a lunch because we have to have a lunch, and I have that ready to go. What else do I need? A love interest? Maybe. Okay, Cal. All right, let me see here. My email. Really so. Okay, so I have a request. Okay. Amber is going to be on the stand tomorrow testifying. And she's very nervous, very, obviously, okay, to the point of panic attacks. She's been called. So could you please send her your prayers or good thoughts or vibes or whatever? She would really appreciate it. That would be wonderful. I don't know what time. See if Luke can bring up some life hacks. And yeah, prayers for Amber. We're praying for you, Amber. Be strong. Take your time when you're answering it, Try to remember it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. Yeah, stay strong. Not easy. So you've got this, sweet Amber, sending strength and love to you. Be strong. Send peace to Amber. I'm there with you in spirit and wishing you strength, wisdom, and good vibes. Amber, we have you. We will keep Amber in our thoughts, sending her strength, love, and light. The defense, Sakura. Don't look at him, Amber. Be strong. Amber, we will be there for you. Remember that. I'll be praying for you. Charlene says, Amber, put it in God's hands. He will get you through. Yeah, it's the defense. Bridget says, we completely have your back, Amber. Sending strength and healing. Amber, we are thinking about you tomorrow. You did really well before. You can do the same again. We have faith in you. Yes, Sunny Bunny, yes. The defense. I don't know what time. I imagine she would probably be after they finish with Tim Sr. I don't know. Amber, do not look at Tim. Take slow, deep breaths. In between, pinch in between your thumb and your pointer finger. Your thumb, right here. Why does that calms you down if you do that? Amber, just remember he did it, was all him. He's the only one to blame. Kathy says, Amber, I will say a prayer for you this evening. This is the closing of this chapter, and by the end of tomorrow, your portion will be all over. Joel says, this is for your babies, your chance to speak. Well, this isn't her victim statement. This is not the victim statement. She's being called to testify by the defense. She does know how much that we support her. That's why she's asked, that she needs prayers, because it's not easy. She's had panic attacks. I don't think she had much notice about this. Hey, Tally, I haven't seen you in a long time. Mommy, did you see? Yes, I did see the grandmother. I have to finish with the Tim Sr. Irish Eyes said she will light 5 candles. Thank you, Irish Eyes. Yeah, she definitely is beside herself, right, Cowgirl? Short, simple answers. Amber, don't volunteer anything they haven't specifically asked for. You've got this. Old woman says, I don't pray, but I will keep her in my thoughts. Thank you, old woman. No, Jenna, it's the defense. The prosecution rested, remember? With what is she okay? What happened? With what? What? My heart, Cowgirl says, my heart breaks for her. I can only imagine how this will now affect her healing. Cinnamon Hot Hot says, I'm so proud of you, Amber. There's folks all over the world that love you. Seems so cruel to keep putting witnesses through this again. Sending love and strength to Amber. Why would the defense want to call Amber? That is bizarre, says Cheryl. Trisha Cowley, she needs a giggle. They said he was guilty. Why must she testify again? The defense has nothing for mitigation, nothing. Prosecution will get to cross-examine her. Yeah. Most think of it as yet another chance to put the nail in his coffin. Just be yourself, Amber. You'll be fine. Your daughter lives and works in Manhattan also, but she's in East Store for summer. The defense is pathetic and desperate. They are grasping at straws. Amber, we are with you. You put up with so much. Timmy was always an evil, vindictive man, monster. Sheila says, I guarantee they're going to ask if she wants him to get the death penalty. Old woman says this could be good for Amber. Getting the trial behind her will be a step forward. Hearing her say and seeing that SOV put away. The defense, Priscilla. Sassy investigator says, for the person who asked if Amber would have to go up and testify when he gets parole hearing, the answer is no. If she wants to have her thoughts heard one way or another, she can attend. You mean appeal, right? Because he's never getting paroled. Mildly Sunny says if they ask if she wants him to get the death penalty, she should say it's not up to her. That's what the jury is for. The jury won't look favorable on that. We'll be praying for Amber. And he says, no mom should have to endure what you have, Amber. If Tim gets life with no parole, then it's over. But if he gets death, and there's going to be appeals that Amber may have to attend. Maybe they think she's against the death penalty, old woman says. He says, Amber, use this testimony to give you strength as you heal. Remember, you are loved by so many. But whatever he gets, he will be punished for what he's done. Yeah, so, well, Authentic Audrey says, Amber, you are strong. You've been enduring the unimaginable for 5 years. In addition, all he has put you through prior. Justice will prevail. Your babies will give you strength tomorrow. They're always with you. Do I think Tim asked the defense to put Amber back up? And so will all the witnesses, if he has, and so, Cowgirl says, so all the witnesses will have to, if he gets the death penalty, they will all have to retake the stand. Sheila says she has all of us lifting her up. She'll do fine. Oh, there's Angel Kelly. Hi, Angel Kelly. How are you doing? Are you okay? Thank you for last night. Amber is lucky to have Carolyn and all such caring people. Thank you. I hope you're doing okay. Amber, you're a strong woman, and you impressed me when I saw you the first time on the stand, Teresa says. Just be yourself and you will be fine. Fine. Jennifer says, Amber, you have a lot of love and prayers behind you. Yes, Sky. Hi, Chickadee. Lisa, the jury decides they might ask her, like they asked the grandmother, something to that effect. But it is a death penalty case. Sassy says that she'll have to answer one way or another. Hi, Mooka. calling Amber again. It's hard to see how they go home at night and kiss their wives. Yeah, I know, Delia. I'm going to go. I just wanted to get that stuff out for Amber. Amber, we are all thinking about you. I will be thinking about you even though I probably won't be able to see you when you're testifying. I will be praying for you from where I am. So, and everybody here many will be watching, and know that those that can are there with you in spirit, and it'll be over, however it will be over. And then, you can start to, you've got your victim statement, whatever else you have, and then everybody's praying. So you know how to reach out to me if you need anything. All right. And everyone else, thank you to our mods. Early night tonight. Everybody gets to go to bed. And I will let you know how it goes tomorrow, and we'll all see how it goes. I'm sure you're going to do fine, Amber. You did fine the first time. You're going to do fine this time. Okay, and we'll all be talking about how good you did tomorrow night. Okay, thank you. I will, hopefully. And everybody have a good night. Again, thanks to our great mods. Thanks to you all for coming, and I will talk to you. I will, Bridget, thank you. Okay, and everyone have a good one. I say I end this, and this.